Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to NEWSROOM. I'm your host, Khalid. But today is Friday, the 5th of May, 2023, and these are the stories that we will be discussing in detail during the course of our show. We'll begin with the Shanghai Cooperation Organization's meeting that was held in Goa. Our Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari led a delegation that attended this important moot of the Council of Foreign Ministers of the SCO, and now he has left Goa and is on his way back to Islamabad. We'll be talking about the agenda of this meeting, which focused on sharing of advanced technology and digital infrastructure, including discussions of various regional security and political issues. We'll also be talking about Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Saab's address to the Council of Foreign Ministers and what were the important points that he highlighted during the course of his important address to the foreign ministers. We'll also be talking about the importance of the SCO as an organization. Let's begin with our first segment, and that concerns the Shanghai Cooperation Organization's Council of Foreign Ministers meeting that was held in Goa. Our Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Saab represented Pakistan along with the delegation. The importance of SCO is paramount. Different important issues concerning the region are discussed, as were discussed during the course of this important moot, and it also lays the ground for the next meeting of the heads of state of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization that is to be held later in the year. To talk more about that, we've been joined by Khalid Taimur Akram Saab. He's the Executive Director of PRCCSF. Thank you very much, Khalid Saab, to have joined us. And it's always, I have to say that on the record, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you
because you have an insight that not many have, because you visit the areas a lot, you have connections with all the people in Central Asian countries and other countries, and you understand the region much better than a lot, including myself. How far, in your point of view, does India want to stand with the region? We've seen the issues that Pakistan has with India. Despite that, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari went to Goa and said there was no bilateral talks that were on the agenda, and there were none whatsoever, and it was a multilateral mechanism because of which he was going there, and the importance that the SCO has for Pakistan as well. How important is the SCO in the presence of other important organizations such as the Quad, such as other alliances that are also taking precedence and generating more interest vis-a-vis the West?
Yeah, so, thank you very much. First of all, let me clarify one thing right from the very outset, because I have been watching debate on international media and especially on the Indian media about Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari going to India. So let's make one point very clear, and over here I would like to address the Indian media and tell them that Pakistan is a responsible state and we are equally as good member of SCO as India is. So this debate should not happen that why our foreign minister has gone to India to attend this meeting, because we are equally a member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Second is this, that Shanghai Cooperation Organization in this region is the most important organization because of many reasons. The first reason is this, that Shanghai Cooperation Organization has more than 1/3 population of the world, which consists of the countries in Shanghai Cooperation Organization, starting from Russia till Central Asia, Pakistan, India, China. So world cannot overlook the importance of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Quad and other organizations, they are smaller organizations and they are built and they are made on some agendas, whereas Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a multilateral organization. It has a very vast agenda, which is one, non-military agendas. It covers trade, it covers culture, it covers people-to-people contact, it covers the connection between the countries, and it also, if you see all the countries who want to become part of Shanghai Cooperation Organization, they are those countries who are now fed up of the unipolar world, who are now fed up of the American policies. So all those countries are getting attracted towards Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Over here, I would also like to clarify one point, which again some Western media has been advocating, is this, that China and Russia are trying to create some kind of NATO of the East. No, Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a non-military organization. It is not equivalent to NATO. It is a unique organization which is there for generating connectivity and for generating trade and for enhancing the people-to-people contact.
Now, Khalid Sahab, one thing comes to mind. You know, when you were giving me the details of what the SCO stands for, it brings to mind SAARC. We all know how India has jeopardized SAARC through various means and measures, and now nobody hears of SAARC. Now that the SCO has been held, the meeting of the Council of Foreign Ministers has been held in Goa, there has been a certain attempt, a certain belligerence from the Indian side as well, in order to undermine the importance of important organizations such as the SCO. Now that, for example, Iran and Belarus are also to be inducted, and there are Myanmar, the UAE, Kuwait, and the Maldives that are going to be granted the status of dialogue partners ahead of the full membership. Do you feel that if and when India tries to, create further hurdles in the way of the SCO, that all the other countries are going to thwart the attempts by India, unlike SAARC?
SAARC is a regional organization of South Asia. Unfortunately, SAARC countries include those countries, like very small countries like Bhutan and Nepal and Maldives, which remained under Indian influence for a very long time, and India has been trying to manipulate them, and that's why SAARC has become a dead horse. But as in SCO, India is an equal member. In SCO, the SCO's agenda is bigger than India's nefarious designs. So I do not think that India can interfere in SCO's agenda, and if they try to do that, they will stand out. The other countries will come to know that how India is trying to play. For example, now if you see the SCO countries, they start from Russia, and now if you cover the observer states and dialogue partners, just for the audience knowledge, I would like to tell them the names of the countries. The member states are China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, India, and Pakistan. We have observer states which include Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran, Mongolia. Then we have dialogue partners which includes Azerbaijan, Armenia, Cambodia, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Turkey. And now, as you have rightly said, Kuwait, Myanmar, and UAE and Maldives are going to be included as dialogue partners, and SCO will have 2 full-fledged new members, Belarus and Iran. Hopefully in July it will be announced during the head of the state meeting. So over here, India has to play a responsible role. If they will not play that role, if they will try to sabotage SCO, they will get more exposed in front of not only the international community but also the regional countries.
What about the comprehensive action plan between the years 2023 and 2027 that was adopted in Samarkand to attain alignment in common areas of interest? Do you feel India will honor this plan?
Yes, a very comprehensive plan was adopted during the head of the state meetings in Samarkand, and Uzbek president took a lot of pain in convincing the other partners because they were the president at that time. Up till now, since last 4 months, we have not seen that kind of stimulus in the Indian presidency, and they have tried to downplay SCO. But as I said, that SCO as an organization is bigger than the Indians' designs. So they have to honor the multilateral agreements, they have to honor whatever they have signed. Over here, they cannot play games like SAARC and like any other organization. Over here, they cannot play a stooge of US and the other Western countries who want to see SCO not enhancing more cooperation. So India is now, I would say the Indian government is right now walking on a tightrope, because this Indian presidency, the complete SCO countries are watching India, that how they behave in this period of presidency. Mind you, this presidency will now come back to India after almost 10 years, because we are going to have 10 members. So it means that after 1 year rotation, so it's going to come back to them somewhere in 2033. So for next 10 years, whatever impression they are going to make now is going to continue. But unfortunately, we have seen that they have not been that forthcoming as we saw Uzbeks once the presidency.
Uzbek, meetings in Uzbeks were excellent. I
mean, every month there were meetings. Every month the Uzbek government was getting together all sorts of ministries and everybody, and I would say in Uzbekistan for complete 1 year it was like a festive environment there, because they celebrated being having the presidency of this organization, and which is the true spirit of that organization. But up till now we have not seen that kind of spirited response from India. Maybe it's because they are under pressure from US and they are under pressure from their other Western partners to downplay it. But as I said, that all the SCO countries are not only watching India, but they are also observing that how will they behave in this presidency. And the litmus test will be in July, August, once the head of the state meeting is going to happen. Because India always try to bring in issues with Pakistan during these sorts of meetings. But if we see, before coming here, I was just listening to the speech of our Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari.
Excellent speech.
He
highlighted balanced, all the important points.
Yes, very balanced speech, and the Indian media had nothing to highlighted because they were since they were looking for some little matter to sensationalize. Yes, they were since yesterday, ever since our foreign minister landed over there, they tried to they were looking for some sensational thing, because they wanted to downplay Pakistan in front of our other regional partners, China, Russia, and the other Central Asian countries. For example, yesterday I was watching that they tried to downplay this thing. Oh, why the Pakistani foreign minister arrived late at the dinner, whereas he was in meeting with the Russian foreign minister, and the Russian foreign minister and our foreign minister, they arrived together, but they did not talk about the Russian. They said the dinner was not.
They were trying to find any point, any point to downplay Pakistan, to portray Pakistan as a not an important partner, or not that important a partner of the SCO. Let's come to the speech of Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Sahab. Let's come to one of the topics, and that is state-sponsored terrorism. He made it clear, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Sahab, that his country condemns all forms of terrorism, including state-sponsored terrorism. He said conflating non-state actors with state actors must be stopped. He said that we must address the root causes as well as the threats posed by specific groups. This is also one point that Mr. Jaishankar, when he was addressing this very summit, highlighted. And he was trying to, kind of without naming names, pointing the fingers, as India has always done in the past, towards Pakistan. How did you see Mr. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari's response as far as this issue, terrorism, is concerned?
It's a very befitting response, because Mr. Jaishankar tried to use these words in the G20 Foreign Ministers Meeting, because I was following that meeting, and in his speech in G20 Foreign Ministers Meeting, he tried to highlight this thing, and without naming Pakistan, he tried to implicate Pakistan in state-sponsored terrorism. I think now, sitting on the Indian soil, this statement by our foreign minister has made it very, very clear. Because he has not given this statement on the UN podium or anywhere else. He has given this statement on the Indian soil. And I think Pakistan is now the Indian media must realize this thing, that we are a very responsible country. We condemn all sorts of state terrorism, and we also condemn what India is doing in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir.
Of course.
So our foreign minister has given, I think, a very befitting response, and I am sure that hence onwards
has the message gotten across?
Yes, and I am sure after this the Indian External Affairs Minister Mr. Jaishankar will at least not use these phrases which he has been using in last couple of months.
Well, we will see when the G20 summit begins in India how India is going to again point the fingers towards Pakistan. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Sahab also of course said Pakistan is firmly committed to be part of the regional and global efforts to eradicate this menace of terrorism. Let's come to another topic that was also very important, and it is also very important to the SCO, that is poverty and poverty reduction. This was also something something that was highlighted by Mr. Zardari, and he said that there is a need for collective efforts to mitigate financial sufferings of the people of member states. If you look at the member states of the SCO, there's a lot of poverty. How big a challenge do you feel poverty alleviation is for the SCO?
I think we should follow the Chinese model, because if you see the Chinese government report of 2022 and 2023, the Chinese government has claimed that there are more than 700 million people who have come out of poverty, and they had given this complete plan. And I also happened to attend one of the seminars with the Chinese, in which they proved it, that how did step by step they help the people of rural areas to come out of poverty. I think China can play a greater role in this, and all these countries can work together, because all these countries, Central Asia, South Asia, China, Russia, they are interconnected with each other through land borders. Most of the countries of the Central Asia, they are double landlocked countries. The BRI and the CPEC projects are near completion, so the trade is going to increase. The connectivity between these countries, which used to be a dream 30 years back, once these countries they got independence, but now the dream has come to a reality. And surprisingly, let me also tell the audience over here that the present Afghan government is a big supporter of the regional connectivity, unlike Hamid Karzai and unlike Ashraf Ghani, because they had always ifs and buts in the regional connectivity. But the present government, whether legitimate or unlegitimate, is a different question. But at present, Afghanistan is a very strong supporter of regional connectivity, because they are earning a lot of money through the transit trade. And we are using Afghan soil, and our trucks are now going to Central Asia, till Azerbaijan, till Tajikistan. All the truck movement has already started. And in last 1.5 to 2 years, Taliban have earned a lot of money through this transit trade, and through it is not only transit trade, but it is ensuring the safe passage. Previously, the NATO forces and the American forces were, they were very much pessimistic that this transit trade would ever happen, but this is happening. So I am not talking about the legitimacy of the Afghan government. What I am saying, that this is one way that through the transit trade and through the trade which the countries can mutually act and can help each other for the poverty alleviation.
Before we come to Afghanistan, Pakistan has also proposed a special working group on poverty alleviation. Do you feel it's a step in the right direction?
Yes, it's a step in the right direction, because in our country we have a lot of poverty, and our government is trying its best to overcome it. And we have this scheme like Benazir Income Support Program scheme. It has been recognized by UN as one of the best and one of the most important step towards helping out the poor people. We have seen the government trying its best, although we have very less resources and our population is too much, and we have been facing like floods and other situations very frequently. But even then, the government is trying its best to do some steps in this direction.
All right. Bilawal Zardari Sahab also talked about Afghanistan. He said that the international community should meaningfully engage with the interim Afghan government. Of course, Pakistan also engaging in this trilateral summit that is going to happen in Islamabad very soon. But I'd like to come to climate change and to the Shanghai spirit that Pakistan duly believes in. How important is upholding the principles of this Shanghai spirit?
Shanghai spirit is nothing but it is the essence of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And as I previously said, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization truly believes in multilateral cooperation. It believes that the bilateral issues should be resolved by the countries themselves. And once they come to the table on the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, they should be talking on the multilateral issues. And Pakistan truly appreciates and abides by whatever agreements we have signed on the SCO, and we hope that India also does the same, which up till now we have not seen yet. And you were talking about Afghanistan. Let me commend over here our Foreign Minister, Mr. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, and the Foreign Ministry, that if you see in last couple of months, Pakistan has attended a number of conferences on Afghanistan, and Pakistan has been, I think, has become one of the big advocates of Afghan Taliban. And even if we see in Samarkand, just few weeks back, Hina Rabbani Khar was there, and she actually was telling the Afghans that you have to come up with the solutions of the for the girls' education and human rights, so that we can advocate for you more openly. So Pakistan in last 1.5 years, and especially in last 5-6 months, we have seen intense diplomacy by our foreign minister. He has been going around to various countries. He has been talking about Afghanistan, and Pakistan has emerged as one of the key players.
And a very important player.
Important player.
But the fact remains that, of course, not only does the credit go to our foreign minister, but also to our Minister for Climate Change, and also other ministers who have been working diligently, as has our Prime Minister, been working for the Pakistani cause and for highlighting Pakistan as an important player. And this is what we've seen this time also at the Council of Foreign Ministers meeting, when Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Sahab addressed this mood and the important points that he highlighted. Thank you so very much, Khalid Taimur Akram Sahab, Executive Director, PRCCSF, to have joined us, to have talked to us about the essence of the SCO and how important this is for Pakistan. Thank you, sir, to have joined us. Allah Hafiz.